Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got live tournament action coming at you right now. ToxLonely vs. Enzymes on Zelnaga Caverns, Blizzard's version of it. We are going into game number 2.
Game starting, or are we just on 0?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was lagging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the game is starting, and we do have Shikoi on with us, lagging at this point. That is not fun, huh? How we doing, Shikoi? Did it catch up?
I'm working on it. I'm still in the past.
Still in the past?
Get to the future.
Yeah, I hope so. Boy, we sure need you here. But we are going into game number 2 in this matchup. Enzymes taking down game number 1, and I mean, we have to give Tox some credit. He did turn that into a pretty long game, was able to hold off quite a bit, but when it came down to it, Enzymes just stayed on top of his macro so much that he just eventually was able to overrun his opponent. So,
and they both play very similar play styles.
Yeah.
They kind of like to poke and prong when they need to, but overall, their strength is in their economies. Both of these players, honestly, I mean, it's just Enzyme executed what ToxLonely does to players that aren't as good as him.
Right.
So, if I was ToxLonely, I would identify that. I mean, it would be like if a Protoss saw a Protoss 4 gating, it's like, you know what you would be doing in that situation, so how are you going to, change your game style to counter that?
Right. Yeah. You can't go into the match thinking that you have to do something different because you're going up against a master level player. Somebody who's two leagues higher than yourself. I mean, you've got to go into the match and do what you're comfortable with, don't you think?
I agree. I think you should always have, at least in Protoss, there's 2 builds that I really feel comfortable playing, and then there's 3 and 4 are like my mid-game change builds. So I think Tox will probably want to stick with his expansion type game set, but maybe change how he does things. For example, maybe he again will expand off an attack. His opponent used Banelings and Roaches last time. Maybe he could. I thought the Infestors were a great idea, so maybe he should just add more Roaches to the mix or get his upgrades quicker.
Right.
He could change what he's doing, but keep the same game style.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And look at this, though. Enzyme's going straight for Baneling Nest. Right after the spawning pool finished, that Baneling Nest went right down. And same thing for Tox. Wow. Okay, so you were saying something about these guys having a very similar playstyle. Is that what you were saying, Shikoi?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? I figured as much. I mean, you've got a master level player that just played a heads up game. So, he's 1-up, and he can say to himself, well, I'm just going to try something different. I mean, he cheesed me in my second game, so I would expect some sort of, quick, end the game real quick sort of strategy from him. Because he can't. He's 1-up.
Right.
And if you look from ToxLonely's perspective, well, he's down 1, so maybe he'll try to do something weird and odd to try to get his opponent out of rhythm.
Right.
And we'll see.
This is a lot of Zerglings moving across the field here. We've got 3 Banelings moving up the ramp. Not on attack. These Zerglings trying to figure out how to snipe these guys, I'm guessing. Oh, is he going to make it? Yes, he is going to make some into the mineral line there, but we are lagging here just a little bit. That's no fun, is it? Not bad. He did get a couple kills there. Probably, I'd say
really
pretty good.
Not me.
I don't think it is. It doesn't show who's lagging, so it's Blizzard. I blame Blizzard. But pretty good control there by Tox, don't you think? I mean, he actually did pretty well holding that off.
Yes and no. I mean, you gotta keep this in mind. Is just ask the simple question: who is in the lead right now? And you got one person that is defending like crazy.
Yeah.
And you have the other person that's relentless on the attack.
Right. Yeah, Enzyme's just a brutal blow there to Tox. He is down to 8 drones to his opponent's 14, so this is not going well.
I find that this is the only time that ToxLonely is very weak in his play. It's early harassment.
Is that right?
And, I mean, if you 2 Zealot rush him, he's not that great against it. If you apparently Baneling rush him at the beginning, he's not good at it. I think this is game.
Yep, I think you're right. I mean, we've got 6 drones left. Not a fun situation to be in, that is for sure.
And I think the problem is ToxLonely figured that he was just going to play a straight up game.
Right.
Eddie didn't, and that threw him off because he wasn't going to play a straight up game either.
Yeah. Well, and there's the GG. Congratulations to Enzymes. He will be moving on into the gold and silver matchup here fairly shortly. ToxLonely will be taking on P-Dog, the only remaining Terran player in our tournament, for the bronze match. That will be tons of fun to watch. So Tox, even though he did lose this match, he is still in the tournament trying to make it for the bronze level, which does have a $20 cash prize. First and second will be $50 and $30, plus first will get a custom knife. So tons of fun to watch there. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. We'll see you guys next time.